What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your day. It's the weekend. Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of February 12th and the 13th of 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. That was the clunkiest intro I think I've ever attempted. But some things in life are a little clunky, right? And this is where, if we're going through some clunks, maybe we got to just not get too emotionally worked up about it and keep kind of pursuing forward. There's a lot going on in the chart, in the astrology right now, that is very emotional. It's a very emotional time. We got the moon in Cancer this weekend. This is Saturday's chart, of course. And yeah, it's a dignified moon, and we're going to be really in our feelings, and we're going to be a little hypersensitive, and even the trine over to Jupiter is amplifying, but I think it's amplifying sort of the bigger things that we can feel good about, and the moon is in, of course, Cancer, it's cardinal, so we're trying to move forward with new, really powerfully comfortable things in life, but sometimes I think it's working through uncomfortable situations, and that would be the square to Chiron this weekend, that we have to get through some uncomfortable things to get to the really good stuff. And we got Mercury finishing up that final pass of Pluto in Capricorn too, which is definitely going to free our minds from a little bit of the chokehold. We might have had to go into our own underworld, go down deep and figure out different steps, different moves. There's definitely backup. I think this moon in Cancer is going to try its best to feel good, but we're going to feel everything. And the trine to Uranus is... it's a sextile to Uranus is pretty big. With Jupiter also sextile Uranus, so we do get this sextile triangle to Uranus. Definitely a very Uranian sort of weekend. I mean, especially Saturday, where there's going to be these moments of like realizing something different has to be believed within ourselves to find comfort without thinking we're just like a weirdo or without feeling too clunky. Like things might just not go necessarily as we want them to go, but that doesn't mean that we need to get all emotionally just like let down and in this like sort of sorrow position. There's a ton of Capricorn going on, and that moon is going to finish off Saturday with oppositions to the Venus and Mars conjunction, which for today are going to be both at 14 degrees. So we're kind of, I think, trying to really figure out a balance point between careers, a lot of Capricorn in the chart, career stuff, job stuff, where the future's going, what we're building towards, what we're working towards, the practicality of life. There's a step-by-step system in Capricorn, and we might be reaching a point where we're at a sensitive step, but do we want to stop ourselves from pursuing sort of the different radical approaches, or even just our own individuality? Of course, we're in Aquarius season, and that sun's at 24 degrees, so it's very like, it brings up a lot of people stuff. The net 6 makes this but definitely very Libra energy, and in Aquarius, so a lot of relationship stuff can be coming up, especially with Mars and Venus. A lot of group stuff, group activity, maybe feeling like we have to go out of our way or go somewhere different. You know, it's kind of funny when I'm looking at my weekend I'm about to go up to Santa Barbara and see a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a long time. Now, I'm very excited about that, but it's definitely like, you know, going in a direction that's going to bring some sense of happiness or something new. Like, I've never been to Santa Barbara. I've kind of always wanted to go, but my buddy's lived there for a year now. I haven't seen him in a long time, and I was talking to him this morning. I'm like, yeah, like, let's go. So I'm going to go up there and kick it with him for the day. But it's like there's people in our lives that we really want to maybe move in a direction of, that we feel like we're building something. We feel like there's a full connection. We don't have to do it all on our own, too. So I think that's part of this, is like we can feel like we're alone on the mission. And that can be sensitive too. And Uranus can bring up isolation as well. And so can Aquarius season, actually. We can kind of isolate ourselves. Aquarius can be very isolated if it's not finding the connection, or if it's not feeling like it's in its uniqueness. Aquarius is weird, of course, right? But Aquarius it's the natural kind of rebel energy, but it can also rebel from its own individual sense of self and not do things that make yourself happy. So I think we want to connect with people, but we don't want to just like overexert ourselves to do things for every single person in the world. Like, we got to really find like tribe energy, find the comfort in that, do the things that make us feel like we're still pursuing our own sort of sense of light right now. And what that may look or feel like moving forward. Just a I don't know. I don't know about Saturday. It's got an interesting feel to it. I think overall Saturday is going to it might be where we're really starting to see where things can go. There's a lot of cardinal energy. We might be ready to take that step. It's kind of a springboard energy, like, okay, I am not comfortable in a lot of these different areas of life, and I've gotten the epiphanies, and I've done the deeper search, and I've figured it out in my mind, and now I'm ready to push myself emotionally where I truly want to go. And I think it is sort of the rebellious energy of today on this Saturday that will kind of free you and have you feeling more in charge of your own self and of your own security of self without feeling like you have to, I don't know, kind of mother the planet and mother the world, because that can bring up a lot of heavy energy as well. As we come to Sunday, we're going to see the sun come to 25 degrees, making that 7. I like that. It is Super Bowl Sunday also. So very interesting for that, and kind of just the stuff that looks like it's going to possibly go down on Super Bowl Sunday, but whatever. Forget that. Net 7 is, of course, a very spiritual degree. So there is something about really feeling into all your intuitive senses about the groups. I think who we position ourselves with right now is very important. So there is this spiritual kind of undercurrent to every connection in our life, and if it feels divine and if it feels in alignment with who we are, because there is that need to link up with like-minded energy in Aquarius. But this is where I think we're really starting to feel, yeah, this energy's a little off, or this energy's, dead on the point. So, Sunday could be definitely a kind of a day where it's like, wow, I'm really in a group in life that supports me and my purpose, and that can feel really good. The moon's gonna try Neptune, so the moon does have backup in Cancer here, and it is also gonna sextile over to the North Node and trine the South Node, and it does make a little interesting aspect, as the North Node and Mercury are still in square to that Pluto. Pluto and Mercury are in square to the North Node and sextile the South Node, so it does make this little mystic rectangle. It's kind of building towards that when this chart's on, so that aspect's pretty dull. But there is this sort of faded moment of finding our comfortability in life within ourselves. It's like Saturday's kind of like, am I ready to take the next step, and kind of owning that next step, and then doing the things that bring you a sense of security in life and a rooted foundation of your sense of self in the most unique and individuated form. I think that's where Saturday's important. And Sunday kind of comes into, okay, I had some opposing forces in people. I had to get some things off my chest. I had to say some things, or things were feeling very good. Sunday's more, I did the right thing from the inner calling, and I listened to that fate within me and what it was pushing me towards. So I think this weekend gets to this point on Sunday where you can feel like you're in a really beautiful alignment with where you're meant to be going, or you're feeling like you're not really in it where you're meant to be going, and that can be where we can kind of put the rose-colored glasses on, or just kind of, so we want to try and see clearly, but it's not even necessarily seeing physically. It's definitely more internal, about really feeling and seeing with more of that third eye aspect of life into where we're going and what we're dedicating to. Because so much of this is Mercury's finishing up in Capricorn at 29 degrees on Sunday. It will be the final day of Mercury in Cap before it ingresses back into Aquarius, and starts to work its way out of shadow at 10 degrees of Aquarius, but still in shadow. Still kind of recovering steps, because I think we've made choices since that Mercury retrograde and since Mercury came back into Capricorn that were big kind of grown-up decisions in our life, and maybe not the most comfortable, but still being able to see clearly enough in the direction that we know brings a sense of, it really feels like a sense of purpose to me. Like I think a lot of people in life right now are looking for their sense of purpose. And I think that this is a good weekend where you can kind of like we gotta do things, we gotta get things done, but we also have to come back into what makes us feel truly ourselves and comfortable within ourselves. And we don't want to overlook the aspect within ourselves just to please an outside anything. So you kind of got to find your own, happiness, I think. And once you're able to kind of maybe calm things down around you or be in groups of people that are of a calm, state with you so that you can really see clearly about where things are really going and what does the top of your mountain actually look like. So we think we can be envisioning a lot and maybe getting some of that, lucid, awake, but we're here, but like lucid sort of insight into the next step while maybe taking a break. It's almost like we all kind of need a break. There's a lot of energy that we've been trying to just go, 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 go. And I think it is go, go, go time, but, we do have to remember to take care of ourselves. And I think the moon in Cancer with all these oppositions to Capricorn and even finishing off the day with an opposition to Pluto and a quincunx to the sun in Aquarius. It's like, gosh, we can bury ourselves in some ways. Remember the sun in Aquarius, we got this moon in Cancer, that's 6th house to the sun. So there is a level of stress and trying to kind of tidy things up, but we want to make sure to take care of ourselves and tidy up the things internally right now so that maybe as next week gets going, we're more positioned within ourselves to charge forward for the things in life that we want to dedicate to. And I think people are always important, and we want to be around that kind of like-minded energy, whatever that is to you in your life. But you also don't want to forget about yourself. If you forget about yourself, you can feel kind of, not that good. So take care of yourself this weekend. Do things that make you feel good. I don't dislike the weekend, but I do feel like we have a lot of, that opposition to Capricorn. There's just so much that we want, and we're so ready with all the planets direct to just go get it. And I think that's great. But we gotta take care of the little things in our lives too, and not stress ourselves out on a weekend even. Like, if you have the weekend off, like, do the things that make you feel enjoyable. Like the career and the destiny is happening, and I think we can see it and feel it. If we just hammer ourselves into the dirt, that's not going to do us any favors. So this weekend seems like almost tapping out a little bit so that you can tag back in. It's almost like the universe tagged you out, like take a breather. Maybe the friends and the partners pick up some slack, and then you kind of get like this, get your breath, get ready to go, and then you're tagged back in, and then it's ding, 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 and off to the races. Because next week's a big week too, with that full moon in Leo, and yeah, there's a lot going on next week. So appreciate you all very much. I did pull up the chat. Who's in here? Hey, Sunny D. So nice to see you. Johanna. I know you still well too, and maybe Joanna. Hi. Good morning. Hello, Katrina. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sunny. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up if you check this out later. I appreciate that, and comment. I always look at everybody's comments, and I don't always have time to reply, but I always appreciate seeing everybody here, and you guys are always so kind and sweet to me, and it always means a lot to me. It always puts a smile on my face, so I appreciate you all and all your support very, very much. What else is going on? I don't know. It's kind of, I've been doing these lives at like 5, 6 in the morning the last couple of days, so this feels early, and I'm going to go home early, and I'm definitely going to rest this weekend and enjoy hanging out with my buddy Mike. Wow, look at that. We got the Emperor card. I think this is where we do take a lot of our power back this weekend and kind of realize that we can delegate our life, and we have to delegate our life first and really put ourselves first. And the more we put ourselves first, we're going to alleviate some stress that maybe we're holding, or feeling like we just have to charge into the universe, a little beat up. Like, no, this is like an empowering break. I think it's an empowering weekend as we get ready for some more energy moving forward. So we're kind of taking control. I think this is where it's like, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm not really in alignment with it. Or hell yes, I'm going to do that because I'm really in alignment with it. And it's like, why do we make things so hard sometimes as humans? The emperor, nothing's hard for him. He's a wise leader, and he knows the direction that he's taking not only himself, but his kingdom as well. Got that because of the strength card upright. Wow, we're getting some good cards this weekend. Definitely, finding courage right now to, I think, hold your ground for what you feel good about in life, There's something kind of, regal too. It's like we got to feel regal right now in a time where it is, the sun's farthest from Leo, where it's in detriment. So we got to remember our power and our strength and that regalness that we hold within our souls, and make sure that we're putting that as a priority in life, so that we can get the nice things and to get the big sort of soul achievements accomplished that we're heading for. And the overall is temperance reversed. Maybe it's hard to take a break or be patient or kind of see the natural flow of the universe. Maybe we are feeling like, wow, we really got to do these things right now. And I know if you've been watching my horoscopes for the last, week, it's been like, go now. But, we can't run ourselves into the ground. So when I look at the astrology this weekend, I think that it's definitely a time to kind of, not just force things. There is a divine order in life, and it's very beautiful. And, we gotta go in that divine order. So if you're feeling like you need to cool it down and get back to, your personal stuff, instead of so many things being in Aquarius, and, everything's pretty much in Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. There's so much in these outer sort of realms, and in the world, and in society, and cultures, and oh my gosh, and politics, and oh my gosh. There's a lot going on that we can want to be really fully invested in, but, are we paying attention to our own divine essence and kind of seeing where that's at? And then if we're in check there, maybe, have that strength and keep pressing if you feel like that's right. But check with yourself. Make sure that you're in a very harmonious flow within yourself, so that you can accomplish the best things at the highest of levels and really delegate your path this weekend. Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. What's up, Aesthetic Delta? Happy Saturn Day to you, too. Haven't seen you since Spiritual Dance Music. SDM? I'm guessing that's Spiritual Dance Music. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, David is selling tickets for Spiritual Dance Music and Deep Astrology on Wednesday. So, if you're in the LA area or Southern California, or you want to fly to go, be here at the studio for Spiritual Dance Music, that's going to be a poppin' event. And that'll probably be up somewhere very soon. Those tickets, I don't think they're live yet, but probably coming into Monday, I would imagine they would be. So, something to keep in mind. That's going to be poppin'. All right. Well, I love and appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will catch you next time. Much love. Peace.